He's in the top tier of the league, 5th in receiving yards so far this season. It's the Giants and the Vikings, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and, of course, take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
And some space here. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. They said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially. One
play, and he hits pay dirt. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it. But otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense. Get things going and see how things settle in.
On play action, Cousins sliding out of the pocket. And that falls to the ground incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Cousins. And that's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On the return, Jackson. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other. supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. Able to avoid him at the 40. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 81 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
Cousins throw taken in by Hawkinson here. And he's going to get this time. 23 yards to pick up there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there. Looking for zone coverage. Timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Kayvon Thibodeau racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 79 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On 2nd and 9, Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. A first down carry for Barkley. He'll get this down to the 38. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. On the run, it's Brightwell. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They go again with Brightwell. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Gano for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground with Madison. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. Draw play, Madison, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Mann here in this first half as he gets it away. With it is Jackson. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Giants. First half so far, they're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The Giants at 13-1 now on the year. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Up the middle with Barkley. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 120 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing Jones. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Zadarius Smith from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Gano to kick off for New York.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
But no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
The Vikings on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Jackson. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Giants ready to come out now. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. And it's Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's
offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go play action. Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Cousins now from the 50. And he wisely will throw that one away. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll get this to about the 38.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they'll set up the screen here to Brightwell. And some room to maneuver. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
This is Brightwell. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Jones. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Jones on 3rd and 2. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man-winning coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 4th down, Jones steps away to his left. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
Well, he didn't get much, but he didn't need much. He got just enough on that play. The pressure came, but they allowed him to escape, and he got to the sideline and got out of bounds, picking up a 1st down.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. And that's complete to Shepard. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Jones throwing on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. The quick slant caught. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Jones keeps it himself, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. Daniel Jones, as the first half is winding down, and the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point try good by Gano, and the route is on here in this first half.
Vikings nothing. Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Final play of the half, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve.
As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Well, with 3 weeks left, they are in one of those 3 wild card spots, Charles, but that spot is not clinched, and there's not a ton of breathing room for them, so the bottom line, they just need to focus on winning right now.
Yeah, they totally have their eyes open, don't they? They know they've got teams trying to run them down. They can hear their footsteps. The question coaches ask guys in the locker room, do you have another gear left to pull away and lock in that playoff spot? If so, let's hit it.
And he'll get it across midfield. It's to the 30 before being taken down.
First down. Here's Cousins.
This goes out wide from Madison. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there.
Now Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Going to run with Madison again. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
There's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Madison will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. Trying the power game with Ham, and he'll get nothing out of that one. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Trying to give it to the first man through on 3rd and goal, denied.
Yeah, how about how they sold out on that play? Just decided, we know what you're going to do. You're going to bring it at us in a running game. And they had everyone tracking the football. Didn't let him through.
An 18-yard attempt.
Badgley's kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. 137 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. They'll run it with Brightwell. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Operating from the gun, Jones.
They'll flip this out to Brightwell.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brightwell.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
Gary Brightwell
with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Giants are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Well, they were looking to pick up the 1st down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete to his receiver, Thielen.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And this offense on 3rd down today, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Again, it's Cousins.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he will have a Vikings first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Cousins on first down.
He'll get this underneath to Madison. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 20.
Here's Chandler on 2nd down.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. To throw, Cousins. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion.
A 4-yard gain.
They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Giants are going to get the football back. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
At the 22-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Here's Brightwell.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 6. First down, New York.
They go again with Brightwell.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
On the run, it's Brightwell.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. First down, New York.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone,
But now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone